Brandon Jeffries added me on Facebook. Hey, Brandon. Yay! In other news, I'm breaking the weekend silence because neither one of us said anything out loud in either of our vlogs this weekend. But they're probably just, it was really entertaining, and I liked your tennis montage, and I love Kevin and his lion suit. But that is not the point of the story today. I have something to put on my wall that I got last night, and it is a vinyl record of the Jukebox album, and it makes me happy. And the best part is this business right here. It says, "To Leslie, Ben Thornwell," and then he drew the ghost. And let me just tell you, that concert was epic, like unbelievably wonderful. Okay, I was closer to him than I was last time, which is you know, so last time I was probably about 10 feet away from him, and I was like up front, but there was like a gate thing and you couldn't pass it. But this time we walked into this room at the Southgate house, and they have like different rooms where they do concerts, and it was literally probably smaller than the size of my basement. Yeah, I mean, that was insane. And so there was no space at all between us, and like I could have like reached out and like hit his keyboard, and I mean, he probably would have been thrown out or he would have been angry at me, but I could have done that if I so pleased, or if I wanted to. But anyways, okay, so we were driving to the Southgate house, and on the street we just saw Ben, and we're like, oh, okay. So we roll the window, and I'm like, Ben! And he kind of looks over, and he's like, what? Okay. And then when we parked, we walked up, and there was Tommy, the guitarist. We didn't say anything because he was kind of like an awkwardly weird distance behind us. So if we said anything, eventually we'd catch up to us and be like, hey, yeah, hey. But yeah, so that was cool. And then we walked into the, we got to the concert like when the doors opened an hour early because we didn't know if it was going to be crowded or not. And we walk in there, and there's like a little bar. And hey, it's Jesse, the drummer. So we got a picture with him, which is right here. So we're kind of hanging out in there, and Skybox is practicing, doing sound check, which was kind of cool. And Ben comes up, and he's at the merchandise table. So I asked my dad if I can get a record because they're so cool. And so I go up and I get a record, and I start talking to him, and I'm like, yeah, I saw you in August at Fountain Square. I was the one who had you sign that poster for my friend Gemma that said keep bright and bright and everything. And he was like, yeah, I think I remember that. And then we started talking about you, Gemma, and he was like, now how do you have a friend in Gemma? He said, how do you have a friend in England? Like, how'd that work out? So I told him about Inner Pals and how I met you and everything, and you're my pen pal. And because he thought you were like 30 or something and you like worked in England or something. But I was like, nope, she's 16 and she's awesome and she loves you guys. And the poster's now on her wall. So he was like, that's awesome. And then we got a picture with him, which is right here. And after the show, he was just kind of hanging out, and he was showing this one guy some stuff on the piano. When he was done with that, Ella went up and said hi. And last time, in the song Static Through the Heart, there's a certain cuss word. But last time, because he saw Ella and her friend Glenn, he replaced it with Giant Fountain, because we were on Fountain Square. So he said Giant Fountain instead. And Ella goes up to him and says, you didn't say Giant Fountain this time. And he goes, yeah, we said it, and then I looked over at your dad. And Ella was like, well, I've heard it before. And he goes, really? Who? And she said, oh, your album. And he's like, oh, that doesn't make me feel much better because I'm completely at fault for your knowledge of that word. It was funny. And then Barry and his friend Kirsty got posters signed by him, and it was a happy night to be had for all. And I love them. Oh my God. And we have to go to a concert together sometime, and it will happen, and it will be awesome, and it will be amazing, and they played new songs, and it made me happy, and it was a good night. So I'm going to cut this vlog short because I think it's going to be really long. So bye, cousin. I love you. See you tomorrow. Bye.